Aside from a stint working as a web producer during the dot-com days, the bulk of my career, 30 years or so, has been in sales. And it's a career that I've absolutely loved. However, it hasn't been easy, I can tell you that. And a lot of people I've met throughout the years, when I tell them what I do, I'll hear a reaction like, oh, I could never do sales, or I tried sales once and absolutely hated it. And that's always understandable to me. And the reason is, well, primarily it's their reason is the incredible amount of rejection that we go through in sales. And also, um, missed goals, right? Failure from missed sales quotas. That's always a bummer, especially if your livelihood is hinging on it. Well, early in my career, now, again, I'm dating myself as I usually do. Uh, I didn't have many resources, but I did have the library. So I would go there and take out tapes, cassette tapes from speakers like Zig Ziglar or Brian Tracy, Les Brown. These guys were master salespeople, motivational speakers, sales trainers. And what they would do is help you to remind yourself of what you bring to the table, right? They weren't teaching us how to beat people down or turn the screws, so to speak, but more so believe in ourselves and focus on what we were trying to accomplish and problems we were trying to help our customers to solve. And they really did work for me. And throughout the years, I've been fortunate enough to work for a few really good corporations who provided some professional training. And I learned a lot throughout each of those. Things like personality tests, and um, we would record ourselves in giving our presentations. But about 10 years ago, I went through a course that taught me a concept that I've always known about, but it never really had a name until they gave it to me. And that's the term head trash, right? It's the negative scripts that we constantly play through our minds. It's the movie reels of our mistakes. It's the cruel insults that people have thrown at us over the years. It's things that we could have or should have done, our regrets, right? It can be really painful stuff. And we keep telling our stories to ourselves over and over and over. And it's non-productive, right? In fact, I think we're the only creature on the planet who actually does this. And I don't know why, but I just recently saw an article titled Think Like a Dog, right? And it was really good. It talked about how dogs are only living in the moment, right? They're not really thinking too much about the past. Maybe if they were corrected, right, for peeing on the carpet or something and they got reprimanded, they'll learn from those mistakes, but they don't keep playing that tape in their head from what we understand. They just go about their business and, you know, happy in the moment. And that's really how we should try to think. I do agree with the author of that article. So, Tony Robbins, I mentioned this cassette tape set in a previous recording here. In his personal power tape set, he gave this exercise to pl- imagine playing these negative thoughts on a vinyl record, right? Or a VHS tape. And then scratch that vinyl or blur out that videotape, or at least of those sections with the negative parts, and then replay it, right? So you're replaying the story, blah, and that's all nonsensical garbage. It sounds corny, but it actually works. Um, but then rewrite the tape in a positive fashion, right? Tell yourself positive things about yourself. Think back of the good that you've experienced and good things that you've done in life, because I know there are some, right? So, what I'm going to ask you to do is write down 10 of your positive attributes, traits, strengths, skills, right? Write them down on a paper, just 10 or more if you'd like. And then think of all the ways that you've helped others with those and how they've strengthened you, how they've made you feel, right? Start start there. Give yourself reason to believe in yourself and find a way to re-record those negative tapes.